Welcome back to Eat, Sleep, Boxing Repeats YouTube channel. Delighted to be joined by Greg for another weekly preview. Not a lot of boxing going on this weekend, but that's not to say that there isn't a massive fight happening at the O2 Arena in London on Sky Sports on Saturday night. Karriss Shields, Savannah Marshall for the undisputed middleweight titles. This fight is live on Sky Sports. Please click the link in the description to purchase the fight if you are not already a Sky customer. The fight is not on pay-per-view, but if you're not a Sky customer, you still need to purchase some sort of day pass. So please do that with us. Greg, how are you? Appreciate your time on this. Looking forward to having a quick chat with you about this fight ahead of Saturday. How are you?
I'm very well, thanks, Eliot. Really looking forward to this fight on Saturday. It's going to be a monumental fight. As always, thanks so much for having me on. I hope you're well as well, man.
Yeah, good stuff. Just going to be a quick one, but we know you've done a prediction video that's caught some traction. To kind of say the least. Got a few people talking, a few people disagreeing. But at the end of the day, look, this is a fantastic 50-50 fight. I want to ask you, as we approach fight night, are you still backing Karriss Shields to win? And if so, in a nutshell, why are you still backing Shields to win?
I've noticed it's a bit of a talking point at the moment, isn't it? Which is nice. It's what we want at ESPR. But to be honest with you, Eliot, I think I'm still going that way. I think I'm still going Karriss Shields. The reason being, as I've said to you guys before, I don't think there's a great difference in class between the two fighters. I think both fighters are they've got their own massive strengths, but I just believe, I think Karriss Shields just might start too early for Savannah Marshall, and she could pick up some really difficult early rounds that Savannah Marshall needs to think ahead and think, I need to start fast. But that's not how Savannah Marshall fights. So I think that Karriss Shields will build up a lead. I see Savannah Marshall giving her problems late on. But like we've said before, yes, they're very different sports, but I'm going to compare this to a football game. If your team go 2-0 down and they start chasing the game, you make mistakes and it just doesn't work out the way that it would at 0-0. So, I reckon that Karriss Shields will start a little bit too quickly for Savannah Marshall. Savannah Marshall will come on strong in the second half of the fight, but I see Karriss Shields managing to avoid traps and just maybe squeezing her way to a points victory. But, we have to stay kind of impartial, but I do have a lot of time for Savannah Marshall. Aside from Katie Taylor, Savannah Marshall's my favourite fighter in women's boxing. So I just hope it's a really good fight, to be honest with you, Eliot. But I'm sticking with Karriss Shields.
Yeah, good stuff. Looking forward to it. I think that I still don't know what my prediction is. I will have one. Yeah. It might have to wait until the weigh-in. Unlike you.
Why are you allowed? Why are you allowed?
Different rules, but I'll let you know. I mean, I've noticed that Marshall is slightly the bookie's favourite on this one, which surprises me. And Shields, I think Shields to win on points is, I think you can get odds better than evens for that one, which was a surprise to me. I personally think that Shields would be the favourite with bookies, with all she's achieved. Does that surprise you as well? I'm just looking now. You get odds of 6-4 for Shields to win by decision. Are you surprised that Savannah Marshall was the slight favourite going into this fight?
I think it's dead even, Eliot. I think it's dead even. I think the bookies really don't know. If Savannah Marshall is a slight favourite, I think the bookies are looking at it in a way that she is a murderous puncher. I don't mean to separate genders and things, but let's be honest. Both genders have their advantages. Of course, everyone knows that. Without being too opinionated on that, I mean that in the most respectful way. But you don't see too many girls being absolute murderous punchers. Savannah Marshall is a murderous puncher. She is a very, very hard hitter. And, I think the bookies are looking at that. They're maybe looking at the way that Clarissa Shields has dealt with the similar opponents, and Marshall has been blowing them away. And I think they're looking at that and thinking, this girl punches, and the momentum is with her, and that's why they hold a favourite. But for me, I think it's a 50-50 fight, Elliot. I really do.
Yeah,
it does slightly surprise me that Marshall is favourite, but I don't think there's an awful lot in it, is there? Like, see the overall odds. I've not checked in a few weeks, but the last I checked, both of them were 10-11 with the bookmakers, but I'm not sure the way it is now.
Oh, crazy. I'm looking at Skybet now, and Shields is 11-10. Savannah Marshall is 10-11. So make of that what you will. I think Shields points is 6-4. Marshall KO is 9-4. So yeah, just make of that what you will, mate. But I'm genuinely excited for this fight because it's a genuine 50-50 fight. I feel like a lot of the time you'll get promoters saying this is 50-50 fight when it's not really. It's a 70-30 fight, it's a 60-40 fight. This one, I just think that so many people haven't given a prediction yet, are struggling to call this one. And because I just think it really could go either of two ways. I think that I question how many rounds Marshall will win. Personally, it wouldn't surprise me if Marshall wins this fight without winning any rounds, or with only winning one round. I think that's how it could go. And I remember after Marshall's last fight, I got the opportunity to speak to Natasha Jonas very briefly, and she was basically saying, look, here's the way the fight's going to go. Shields is going to be winning the rounds, and at some point Marshall will connect with Shields. She didn't say maybe she'll connect with Clarissa Shields. She said she will connect with Clarissa Shields, and it's the case, can Clarissa Shields take a punch from Savannah Marshall? And I feel like, considering she is a world champion and a female fighter as well, kind of looking up to her here, and I do think that's the question here. And I feel like we don't know, because Shields' chin hasn't been tested a huge amount, and we know Marshall's a massive puncher. So that's kind of where I'm lying, and that's why it's so hard to predict, because we don't know if she can take a punch from Savannah Marshall.
Yeah, no, I totally agree with you, Elliot. I think who the hell am I to question Natasha Jonas? I've got a lot of time for Natasha Jonas. I watched her fight on Saturday. I know some people doubted her to win. Just an admirable person all round, as a mum, as a person, as a fighter. Like, she ticks all the boxes. All I would say is, how many fights have we said that someone will pick up rounds and someone will get to them? And how different does it play out when somebody's chasing the fight? It's just not the same. That person feels that pressure. They feel that need to run around. I need to land. And before you know it, the fight's just over. But again, I'm not going to question Natasha Jonas. Who am I to question her?
Yeah, absolutely. Okay. Cool. That is all for Savannah Marshall, Clarissa Shields. We will touch briefly on the undercard fight of the night. It is Michaela Mayer against Alicia Baumgardner for 4 out of the 5 super featherweight world titles. 2 top class fights. I think we know Alicia Baumgardner stopped Terry Harper in quite dramatic fashion a few months ago, forcing Manchester Arena in the next fight. This will actually be her 3rd fight in the UK in a row. Michaela Mayer, I think she's kind of seen as a fantastic boxer and bit of a superstar as well. I think she's got quite a high profile now, and I think we're quite blessed to have 2 top fighters fighting in the UK. Going to ask you for your general thoughts on this fight and where you are leaning towards. I know it's possibly a tough one. I've not looked at the odds for this fight, but interested to get your thoughts on it.
Yeah. Again, Elliot, I think that's a really, really tough fight. The reason being is because Michaela Mayer, she's undefeated, she's proven, unified world champion. But I'm really curious about Alicia Baumgardner. I knew it was a bit of a banana peel when she fought Terry Harper. And I know I've said this to you guys many, many times, but the best stoppage I've ever seen in boxing is the referee stoppage of Baumgardner and Terry Harper, because that was such an important stoppage. Elliot, if she hit that girl again, that was serious stuff that was going on there. And I'm so admirable at the way the referee dealt with it. But Baumgardner can clearly punch, but I don't think she looked amazing in her last fight, the one after Terry Harper. The momentum is with Michaela Mayer because nobody's beat her, and she seems extremely confident. I'll be honest here, I think that's a 50-50 fight. I think it's whether Baumgardner can hurt her, and if she doesn't, I can maybe see Meyer outpointing her. If I'm leaning anyway, it's Meyer to outpoint her, but I'll be honest here, I'm really not sure. Good fight, really good fight.
Yeah. So really, it's a tricky one. I think that I hope that I hope people who are at the O2 on Saturday, or people who are tuning on Saturday night, watch this fight, because it will be worth watching. I think it will be around 9 p.m. I would say this fight, but again, it's two top class competitors. Michaela Myers is the favorite for this one, but yeah, I feel like we know both fighters are. These aren't two kind of unknowns that kind of we're just like being told to watch. British fans are aware of these two fighters, and no, I think it's going to be a great fight. That is all. Really looking forward to Saturday night, Greg. As I mentioned before, the fight is live on Sky Sports. Please click the link in the description and purchase the fight. And I will speak to you again soon, my friend. Okay.
Yeah, thanks, Eliot. Can't wait to watch this on Sky Sports on Saturday. Thank you.